Before we start this video, this is actually the machine I was using, and it's quite a beast. It's 4-wheel drive Ransomes, 38 horsepower, not short engines this, I've never lifted the bonnet, but it's got 5 hydraulic cutting decks. It's 3 there, 1 there and 1 the other side, and if you look it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about an 8-foot cut. Really quite a machine. I really enjoy using it. Just sort of mulches grass. It's really nice to use. It is a beast. And it's fun trying to get it between them 2 pillars, but I've sort of got the knack of that now. So you'll see me on it in a few seconds. Well, hi again. I'm back with another video, and first thing to say really is Happy New Year. Happy 2018 now we're in. So I'm not actually quite back at work yet. I've had the same amount of time off as my daughter has off school, so we're back to work Monday and she's back to school Monday. You're watching here, you'll have seen a little bit at the beginning of the mower I'm using. This is a job we picked up near the end of last season, I think probably September time, so I cut this a few times. It's quite a big area actually, from one end to the other it's quite hard to sort of see the end, but this big machine really does help. It's obviously theirs, and you can see there I actually caught it on the tree slightly, but yeah, it took a bit getting used to, but after sort of half an hour or so I got the hang of it, and it was fine to use. You have to, what I couldn't work out when I first used it was the cutters wouldn't engage unless they were right down. Then you can adjust them up a little bit. It must be some sort of safety feature, but I sussed it out in the end, and yeah, it's fun to use. It takes me probably about an hour to do this bit of ground here. It is quite I think it's about 3 or 4 acres, they tell me it was. So anyway, I'll get on with my the point of the video. I thought I'd have this video in the background while I was sort of talking through a few things. I've got a bit of a note here of things to talk about, and probably the first thing to talk about is actually what I achieved in 2017. It was a half decent year actually. I had quite a few grass jobs to do. I had some regulars. I picked up 2 regulars, 2 new regulars, which all turned out to be good, and I've still got them. A couple of the grass jobs did drop off. One lady, she moved, and there was another one that dropped off. I can't think why that was, but I lost a couple, but they weren't particularly big ones anyway, so there wasn't no big issue there. So yeah, and I managed to get my tractor done. You've seen the video about that, my Dexter with the topper on it. So I got all that done. The tractor's done. The topper, got that working. I actually bought another attachment for the tractor. I won't actually say what that is yet because I haven't shown you it yet, but that was bought in probably October, November. So I'll show you that. I've actually got some work for that at some point. So yeah, and I bought quite a few bits and pieces of tools. Sort of this year I'm thinking I'm gonna hang back a bit and with buying tools. I've got nearly all I need. The only thing I might be tempted to purchase is a battery powered strimmer or a handheld hedge cutter, for the reason my partner helps me and she finds the petrol stuff a bit heavy for that. So I might, if things go well sort of mid-season or so, I might invest in them. I don't know that yet, because I spent quite a lot last year. Also, yeah, I did buy the Land Rover as well, so yeah, it was quite an expensive year, but I'm pretty well set up for this year now. So yeah, that was what I achieved. I managed to, in my sort of own personal life, I managed to go, I wanted to go to Poland for quite a long time. It might seem a bit morbid, but I wanted to see Auschwitz camp. Managed to do that. We had a nice, me and my partner went there, a nice 5 nights away there. and the weather in Krakow, the weather was great. It was up to about 30s on some of the days, and this was in, I think it was in July now. So yeah, that was a trip I've been wanting to do for about 3 or 4 years. So I got that done. And earlier on, we've got this little issue, me and my partner, that I with the vehicles, the machinery and everything, I spend a lot of the money on that sort of stuff, and she doesn't have. She said she doesn't have so much. So we went on a cruise in May. So we went. That was France and Spain. So we went from Southampton, Cherbourg, Le Havre, or vice versa, and Bilbao and Gijon in Spain. So yeah, that was a week cruise. It was our first cruise, and it was good. And to be honest, the price wasn't too bad for a school holiday either. So yeah, achieved that. And yeah, we went to Wales for a weekend in North Wales in the October bank holiday as well. So we got a few things in, and with our sort of busy working year. So yeah, come on now to the regular work. I'm quite this year. I'm not really actively looking for much more regular work. Only grass jobs. I wouldn't mind picking up, say, another 5 to 10 grass jobs. I think I'd be pretty sorted then, because I've got some regulars. I've got a new regular just coming in soon, and I've already done one session there, but that was just sort of a bit of a one-off. But I will be working there. I will be working there regular this season, so that'll make sort of, I think, about 5 nice regular ones I've got, which isn't just grass cutting, and then the rest will be grass cutting. Fences were at the minimum last year. I didn't do too many of them really. I have got one to start off with this year, and a one-off overrunning job from last year, which was a gate to do, so I'll get them done. But the people that mainly give me the fences, I didn't get so much work off them last year, but what I had to do, I kept busy anyway, so it wasn't much of a problem. So yeah, so I will still advertise this year. Just try to get the grass jobs. They're the ones I'm trying. I want to, apart from my regular ones, set time ones, I want to try and shy away from the jobs where I am there a set time. So like some jobs say a 3-hour job every fortnight or whatever. I want to make it so I can sort of, I don't want any more of them really, because I'd prefer a grass job. You get there, get the job done, and you go. So hopefully things will come along to suit what I want. We shall just see. Yeah, tools. Yeah, I sort of went through that. I'm just looking through my list. Yeah, next winter I did find December. It was cold. It was cold this year. I know a lot of you had a similar weather in the UK, and yeah, we did have a cold spell, and it did. At the end, it did get me down a bit. So I would like to plan to have 2 months off from gardening over winter, whether it be December and January, or whether it be January and February. I'm not sure yet, but that's what I'd like to try and go towards next year. So that means I'll have to have an alternative plan for something to do in them 2 months, probably to give me an income. So what that will be, I don't know yet. I shall see, as I've got quite a bit of, I've got to work through this winter, but then I'll have the whole next season to work on something, so I can, you know, sort of not be in the cold so much. I know some of you can bear it, and I admire, and I have as well, for quite a lot of years now, but I'm not sure how much longer I want to be out there in the freezing cold. Some years we've got quite lucky anyway, it hasn't been too cold. But as for, I want to actually, what I want to do is probably do gardening for another 10 years. That's why I'm 42 this year, and I'd like to get it, I'd like to be out of it really, well, not totally out of it, but I'd like to be just doing the grass in, say, 10 years time when I'm 50, just a grass job. So we shall see, because I would like to, if I can help my daughter then, what will she be? She'll be in her 20s then. I'd like to help her out, well, everything all being well, in 10 years' time. I'd like to help her out with starting her some sort of own business herself, rather than her doing a naff job working for someone. See how she goes with her end of her school and qualifications and things. She might have other ideas, but I'd like to be so I could help her out with her business, and maybe we could work alongside her, or my partner could, or something. We shall see. But that's sort of a long term plan. I want to try and have a bit more time this year, sort of a bit of leisure time. I noticed the days just sort of, we were working, cutting grass and that. The days went, the summer went. I like to do some cycling, which I hardly did any, a little bit early on last year, but that was it. Now we've got the dogs, I like to do dog walks and more dog walks and things, and that sort of stuff. I used to do quite a lot of running. Whether I'll do that again or not, I don't know, but I want to have the time for a bit more of this leisure stuff. I've got a camper van as well, which will actually be on my other channel. I've had a few people want to know what my other channel is. I haven't ignored them messages. What I shall do is I want to get about 10 videos up there, so there's some stuff to watch, to get on with, to see what the channel's really about. So I'll do a video explaining that when I get to the point I want. I'm ready for you to watch the channel. So if you can just bear with me with that one, probably in a week or so, a couple of weeks, it'll be to where I want it to be. So I'll do a video on here advertising it. What else have we got? Another important thing we'd like to get sorted this year is my partner to drive. She's never drove. She's so it's a bit of a problem, especially now that I've got the tractor, because the tractor is I have to take it somewhere. I have to drop her off, then go up my dad's, get the tractor, then bring the tractor down, do the job, take the tractor back, and then come pick her up. So it's a big palaver. So if she could drive, it would be so much easier. So that's something we're going to look into. Yeah, what I want to do as well this year is sort of on them earlier days when we do finish, I want to make the time count. I've got to do a balance, like I was just going back onto the time I want off. I've got, but I want to have off in the winter. That means obviously working more in the summer to to budget for it to a degree, and then I want my time off myself as well to do my own leisure stuff and enjoy a bit of the summer. So it's a bit of a balancing act there, really. Yeah, that is actually what my plans are really for this year. And yeah, 2017 was okay. I got a lot of things sorted what I wanted to do, but around the house and that, around my own house, I've got some work to do. Around my, the driveway is quite an important thing. It's just a mud bath at the moment. I actually have just done my shed roof. I'll do a little quick video of that. I've done that now, so at least that's watertight. And I'm really looking forward now to Monday getting back to work. I'm getting through my regulars initially, and going through the weeks until we're sort of probably mid-March or something. I can get back to these jobs like this. I've actually got a bit of work to do at this place. I'm cutting back and that. It's pretty maintenance free. I call it like a bit of an architect's house really, because everything is made pretty sort of simple and that around here. But they've got this massive area where nothing goes on. So, but that has to be mowed, because if it gets too long, it gets a bit of a problem. But yeah, so this is quite. Actually, I do the grass. There's two other houses along this road, and actually I do the grass on the other two as well. So it's quite a nice little row. We'll be doing them all on the same day. I try to, but sometimes that doesn't quite work out. But yeah, this machine is really nice to drive. Actually, so easy to steer. It's got power steering, and the decks are actually. You can see the pipes on them. They're actually it's hydraulic decks. So everything's hydraulic on it, and it's four-wheel drive. I think you probably saw that at the video at the beginning. And there is a couple of big water pit things, like ponds. They're sort of ponds. So you have to just be a bit careful. I wouldn't want to go in it with this, but it's okay because the overhang is so far. You can your wheels a long way away from it when you're going around the edge. So anyway, I'm coming to the end of the video now, so I'll leave it there, and there will be a review of last year in sort of a montage sort of thing to come. So thanks for watching. I'll be along with another video again soon.